You son of a bitch. Alright. Just left that one because I just... Oh, look at that shark. Look at that shark face. Stormtrooper helmet on the roof there. Take forever. Find the key to the laboratory. It's somewhere within this zone here.
Protect the envoy.
Coming at me, bro. He's coming at me. Fire's just chilling. Not illin'.
Come on, come on!
We'll get him next time.
Didn't light bit. I have to get up on top of the rock to get the bloody plant. He'll be in this cave here. Pardon? It's a grenade, but is there a hole? How about up here? I think if there's a grenade, that means there's a wall that can be destroyed. Right? Am I right or am I right, right? There's some chesticles. No key though. These dudes have the key. Nope. Hard to remember what I've done and what I haven't. Apparently there's a plant here somewhere. Up on top of this rock, is it? Aha. Ooh, this chest. The old one too. Robes of surprising brilliance. Okay, extra. I get plus 40 maximum essence. That gets plus 40 maximum essence. Plus 15% area of effect damage. I think I'll just keep the one I've got, thanks. Jeez, the bloody movement on this guy. Cutting this.
Patience.
There was died. I thought he died, but he just fell through the bloody floor.
That's done. Who's hungry?
There's a plant up here. Did I even get there? No. this dooflacky over here. Skites.
Little red flower, little purple flower. Hello. Are you here to grieve someone too?
I don't know anyone buried around here.
You're lucky. I know far too many buried here. There are so many flowers here. I'm sorry I never learned their names. My brother thought of them as friends, you know? He loved them dearly.
Is your brother the one you're grieving for?
I grieve for everyone I've lost, and everyone who has lost someone. But yes, for him especially. He died last month. The Dream Thralls killed him. Killed 3 of his comrades. He absolutely hated fighting. All he wanted to do was be a gardener. If the plague ever ends, I'll grow a garden around his grave. Right now, all I have is this bouquet. I'd bring it to him, but...
I'm sure he'd have loved the flowers.
Yes, but I don't know if I can take them to him. There are things near his grave. I can't fight them. But you look like you could. Will you go chase them out? Put flowers on his grave in my stead. And maybe tell him I'll grow him a garden one day.
I think I saw a cairn across the lake bed. That must be the place.
What do you want?
Looks like that broke off of something. Wonder where it goes.
Find the key to the laboratory. Well, it's going to be the cave, right? Every time I come into this room, I hear a chest, but I can't see it. Oh, there's a key on the wall over there. Leave the laboratory key on this nail by the door. Always keep it locked. The desert vermin must not be allowed inside. Wow. Stop that, you little blighters.
I was just getting warmed up.
I need a moment.
Primal flame. What's the primal flame? Enchanting. I can't do any enchanting because I don't have anything good. All my stuff is garbage.
Messy equipment, contaminated samples. This is no lab.
Okay. Crystal eater spiders of the living lands, built upon, but upon what mineral? Perhaps the unique properties of Spindle Walker +1. Uh-huh. Add it to the journal. Now, apparently I need to upgrade all my axe and... not my axe, my sword and everything. Because the level of them is apparently determining what quality of stuff I get off other enemies. My loot style. My gear style determines my loot style, if that makes sense. My gear style determines my loot style. So let's run up the hill here. I don't know why I'm not just fast traveling up there. Crash that. Money for this. Petrified wood and amethyst worth.
I heard you were stationed in the Deadfire.
Sure was. I was sent out as soon as I was old enough to leave. Home.
Is it true what they say? That Aerthus woke up a dormant volcano?
That was after my time.
The previous location. So you don't have to travel there, you just zip in and zip out. Zippy doodah. Didn't even fucking open it, just flipped open. It was immediate.
Wonderful. Now I'm wet.
I make you wet all the time, baby. Don't give me that now I'm wet stuff. You've been wet ever since you met me. I'm going to quickly take a break. I'll be back in a minute. All right.
Okay, we're definitely in a ghost story.
Floating rocks came ruined.
This'll show 'em.
Yeah, learn those spiders. Good. They'll remember never to, I don't know, exist in their own cave. Gadoosh.
Unseen, unheard. Dream thoughts. Now I'm worried about who's locked them up.
I am trapped. Branches and bunches of branches, unbreakable.
The affliction begins with brief absences, that is, moments of unawareness, not unlike those caused by disrupted sleep, over inebriation, great age, and so on. Blah, 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 whatever.
The world. The sun. Remember me.
This is the garden. So it has always been.
So it always is.
We made an oath.
We can do nothing for them.
We're damned.
We are the Oath Havers. We can't have an oath, then who can? He's seeing this shit.
Who are you? What do you want from us?
So we got a man, a woman, and a woman. This one's a black woman though, so I guess we'll go with her.
Gods take me. You're a real person, not a dream thrall.
That's a fallacy. Dream thralls are derived from real people, you idiot.
Ignore them. Are you the envoy, by any chance? We've heard rumors of your coming.
I'm coming all the time. Good rumors, I hope. I worked hard on developing an excellent reputation.
We heard that you speak with the voice of the Emperor, that you come in the name of the Empire.
So you must be acquainted with Captain Weemgar, then. That's fortuitous. We're naturalists who created a small settlement here after Adir ordered us to study the crystal spiders of the living lands.
We should have fled. The local adherents warned us this venture was doomed, but we ignored them. Then some of our people became afflicted.
We sequestered the infected away. But one of them turned in the night, causing a fire that swept through the area. We came to this cave, saving who and what we could with Captain Weemgar's help. But he said we needed to kill our affected companions. The Steel Garrote is very clear about whether Dream Thralls can be permitted to live.
Why didn't you do as she said?
Because progress cannot be made if you render your test subjects extinct. We originally came here to study the spiders, but when our colleagues turned, we We had no choice but to take on a new field of research.
We thought we could save them.
There's no reversing the effects of the Dream Scourge.
Our experiment results do not hold much promise, to say the least.
How can you speak so clinically? My brother, your husband, is one of them.
I'm a pragmatist. We need your help, Envoy.
See, now I'm the envoy, not the envoy anymore. What can I do?
Kill the Dream Thralls for us. That way Wingard will have no reason to turn us away.
Are you a fool? The Steel Garrod won't care. They'll kill us if they know we're alive.
Not if the Envoy euthanizes the Dream Thralls for us.
You're joking. Those are our friends, your husband, and my
They're
brother.
already dead.
No, just ask Wingard for provisions. We only need supplies. I know he has provided for us before, but we need more. We're too hungry to think straight. Once we have the right provisions, we can decide what to do next.
Any other solutions?
I have one. There's no hope for us, after all. You could kill us. Let's be realistic. We're damned either way. Might as well end it cleanly.
What are you talking about, you lunatic?
Even if the Envoy got Wingard to protect us, there's no guarantee his words will mean anything to the Steel Garrot. They might still decide we're infected. Worse, they might decide we're trying to infect other Adirans.
Then we'll just take the provisions and...
And what? They'll still run out. We're going to die. It's just a matter of whether it's by starvation or the Steel Garrot's hand. No. Better we just end it here. Envoy, put us out of our misery.
She doesn't speak for us. Kill her if you must, but the rest of us will leave this cave and never look back.
I'll go kill the Dream Thralls.
Please, think about this. My brother is one of them.
Better they die than us, you imbecile.
Oh, shut up. You're a cold-hearted monster. I don't know what my brother ever saw in you.
Sorry, bro. They're a danger to themselves and to others. What was out the other way?
Lead the way.
Bye. Dang Fennings. The dungeons are getting a little bit smaller than the rest. Let's shut the door so they can't escape. Any goods on them? There's something here.
Well, it is done then. This miserable chapter is over. Halfor would have preferred we made a breakthrough in our studies. But at least he's at peace.
I envy his peace. The Steel Garrote will hunt us forever.
If we had better provisions, we'd at least be able to hide out here until the Inquisitor's attention wanders.
No, just put us out of our misery.
She doesn't speak for us, Envoy. Kill her if you must.
Down Eagle's Reach. With the Dream Thralls dead, Wimgar won't have an excuse not to take you in.
You've doomed us, Envoy. He'll just tell the Steel Garrote, and they'll flay us.
You whine too much. We'll go to Eagle's Reach. Hopefully you won't prove our friend here right.
We owe it to my brother to do something with our lives, I suppose. Can't conduct our studies if we're dead. Can't believe we're going to Eagle's Reach. It's such a bad idea.
We're going to Eagle's Reach.
We'll be leaving as soon as we can.
Doom awaits us in Eagle's Reach, but no one is listening.
Doom. Wait. Ooh yeah, ooh yeah, ooh yeah. Give me something to chew, yeah. Travel to shat my pants. Thought the Steel Garrote might have been out here.
Not saying a word.
I already killed these.
Go up 10! Bury in the brush!
I'm coming for Ludwig next.
Place the bouquet. There you go, love. I placed your bouquet. Because I was just over here before and that wasn't a thing. Alright, she's here now.
You've made this place safe again. Thank you.
What will you do next?
I'll stay for a while. Maybe I'll plant some seeds. Who knows? I hope the flowers bring him cheer, though. It must be so lonely there in the dark, and...
Those creatures came for a reason. They'll be back and it's not safe for you.
I won't stay too long, I promise. I just wanted to spend some time with him. I didn't do enough of it when he was alive. Now, he's dead, and all I can do is give him flowers. It doesn't seem fair. None of this is fair.
Fair winds and following tides, whoever you were.
Definitely a cave up here.
Did you see the 100 visions too? Were you also called by he who sees and isn't seen?
Absolutely. You speak of the guy whale, don't you?
I do. I see you have a different god, one that marked you from birth. Does your god ever toy with you? Mine taunts their chosen with nonsense.
What is this place?
A shrine, one of a great many. Each god has several of their own. I had a dream a few weeks ago of Wal. Some say you can hear the gods whispering in these totems. I've tried. It hasn't worked. It's a wonder any of us are still sane, really, between our gods and this plague.
You should find some place safe to go. It's dangerous here.
Wal might speak in secrets, but they won't leave their faithful to the wolves. Not when they've called to them. Wal protects me. I'll share their power if you humor my request.
Alright, I'll indulge.
Ah, that's perfect. Here comes my request. Tell me if you feel like you're in control still. That's all I want. Tell me if you possess autonomy and choice.
Sometimes.
Sometimes is better than never, I think. The gods can be so demanding, after all. Normally, I wouldn't mind passing time, trading nonsense, but I've things to do here. So, take this and go. You'll be fine. Just try not to think too much of your place in the world.
You'll be Yoink. Indeed. Yeah.
I admit it's much nicer than I expected. A more than suitable home for a shrine.
Bet that was part of something once.
Yeah. Oh. Ring of Elemental Balance. I wish they'd just show you what it had. Plus 10 fire, frost, and shock accumulation. See, I don't know what they mean by accumulation. Like, does that mean it gathers, like, stacks? I have no idea where I'm going. Don't know where I'm going to end up either.
We're going in, aren't we? What am I saying? Of course we are.
Going in, aren't we coming out? Are we in like a fish's mouth or something? Yoink.
Gather round.
Neon Seek. Neon Seek.
Where's my mark?
You won't get through this.
What am I hitting? Next one's mine. That's one for us.
Down in Primal Rock. Grab a Primal by the cock. Oh, there's a shelf over there. Right, there's the homestead. What was up here? Anything? Those dudes are smart. They actually tell them that their friends are dead. I wonder if they'll just be like, "You killed him." Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah, it was me.
I don't wanna... Don't come any closer. We don't know if you're sick.
Don't come any closer.
All right. Can I get up on top of that? Don't tell me there's nothing up here. There's got to be something up here.
I'll fix this.
Beacon.
Who disturbs us? In the eyes!
Take your best shot.
Out!
Let's finish this. Good shooting, Kai.
There's water.
Quiet as the devil.
Throw up 10! Throw up 10! Treacherous! Seek!
There's there. Hydra, good, good. I'm assuming I can't drop down there, right? The chest noises. Chest. It's fish. was something I would pick up then. But no. Yeesh. One. Two. Iron sword. Waraki.
Your face. You must be a dream thrall.
Is that any way to start a conversation?
No, no. You're one of them.
Yes, I will feast on your guts.
You. That's not funny. They attacked me, destroyed my goods. You need to get to safety.
We took care of it already. The ones who attacked you are gone.
Thank you. Please, I think I need a moment alone. Then I'll take what's left of my things and go. If you see anything you'd like, it's yours.
And I thought Emerald Stair was in trouble. How anyone survives here is a mystery.
Thing. Nope. A road up the top here. Lamp down here. Grab that. Can't leave that behind. Crested turban. Half the distance butt toe.
Those dream thralls are at Third Horn's gate. Come on, we gotta help. This one's mine.
The city is under attack. Let's not waste a moment.
See.
Give me a delicious tea.
Remain vigilant. Come on! Come on! Give me a second.
Aim where? Hey!
Another
Over
sword
here!
for the wheel.
Watch your back! Good fight.
Alright, do I have any loot? Alright, where do we start the fighting? Back here.
Barriers! Run!
Download. Dead dudes.
What were the signs of the dream scourge again?
Well, they had 2 big spoons. And they stirred it. And they stirred it. Until pow. The smoothometer lights up that it's smooth and creamy. This is war.
Fate worse than death.
Here, you chest. Can't see.
The dream thralls almost got through.
But they didn't.
You're just going to pretend like nothing happened?
Yes, because of the Adiran. Thankful.
Hold it right there, Adiran. What are your intentions in town? Been sick? Strange dreams lately?
Relax, Daran. The only strange dreams we've had
involve your mother.
Shit. Kai? What are you doing here? Temerty's gonna have a fit.
Oh, what's all this about?
I, left without saying my goodbyes.
Kai shouldn't be here. None of you should be here. Huh. You're with the Adirans now?
I'm with the Envoy, and we're against the Dream Scourge.
We don't want to quarrel. We're looking for Yatsley.
Right. Answer the question, Adiran.
Come on, Darren. They slew those dream thralls for us. I doubt he could have done that if he was sick. I, for one, thank you. We couldn't take him on our own.
Are you smoking Svef? The Adirans raised Fior. We'll be next.
Smoke weed every day.
Not the Adirans, the Steel Garrote.
Not much of a difference, if you ask me.
Darren, can you get on with it?
Fine. All right. I can't keep you out if you're not sick anyway. We just have to take precautions. Everyone in Thirdborn has lost someone. Pass on through, but report any symptoms you see to the Tiranui. They're responsible for keeping law and order around here.
That's the problem with the Dream Scourge. When you find symptoms, it's already too late.
I'll also report any...
These corpses. We'll need help. There's too many to haul off between the two of us.
I'll also report any PJs I need to the Hawk tour. Spit on that thing. Smoke weed every day. Nunchucker?
It's better out here.
I ran. And I ran. I ran so far away. I couldn't get away.
Everyone okay? That was... I think I saw my uncle out there. He left a few weeks ago on a trade caravan.
Oh, well, hello.
That don't mean nothing. Could be someone else.
Look,
I'll give him
Envoy, it's so good to see you alive and well.
Don't hold that massive hand up again. Same for you. How have things been since you got to Thirdborn? I'm glad to see you looking better.
Peaceful. Like when we first made our way to Paradise so many years ago. We've settled in nicely and are starting to feel at home here.
Peaceful's an interesting word to use, love. The Dream Thralls are exceedingly aggressive out here.
Yes, well, the guards have been handling them just fine. I'll take it for now. How about you, Envoy? How have the Living Lands been treating you?
Challenging at times, but worth every step.
Well, that's what we like to hear. Isn't that right, love?
That it is. We might even have something to help you with your journey. Whoever lived here last must have left this armor behind. As beautiful as it is, Gladwine and I have no need of it. We'd like for you to have it.
This is very generous, thank you.
No, thank you, Envoy, for everything.
Be safe out there, friend.
What did they give me? A Gambeston. Worth over 9,000. Well, we'll just have to find a merchant to sell it to then, won't we?
Who needs fabric?
Look at that fabric merchant right
for
there.
bandages, I have some. I'll even give you a good price. Wish I could give it out for free, but I still have to eat.
What if all the merchants agreed to share their wares for free?
We'd run out of resources eventually, and then we wouldn't have the money to restock. This plague needs to end soon. I don't know what we'll do if it doesn't. Anyway, did you need any linens? Silk?
Grimoire. I've got level 1, 10, 10, 15. They've got level 1. A level 20 spell. I was going to sell that. Amberson of the Grand Empire for 9,000. Exceptional wand. Worse than what I've got already. I'll take all of your materials though. Might as well sell all these because there's no point to them otherwise. The A-gate.
Who needs fabric? We still have stock.
Skeleton of Leviathan, one of the deadliest creatures to call these waters home. In order of Kipo, the legendary fisherman who single-handedly claimed both the Thirdborn. Man, you can't just let goats walk around willy-nilly like that.
Don't tell me you're out of linen. We need to make bandages.
I don't know what you expect me to do. I can't just make more linen out of thin air.
What am I supposed to do? Do you want everyone to bleed out?
Does it even matter? There are always more injured and dying than there are supplies. It's hopeless.
There's gotta be a better way to fight drinkers.
Don't see Addie hurting over it.
At the current rate of production, we'll be able to steal within the next 3 months. I understand most Thirdborn soldiers have requested to be buried with their weapons. However, if we can make use of these materials, we will be able to extend the life of our current stock. P.S. The dead are dead. They don't need sentimentalities.
Eagles reach like it's a training exercise.
They're not going to be good enough.
If it's a training
Did you see the attack?
surely they won't care.
This isn't good enough.
Wouldn't that be a shame?
Your work is the best this side of the water. We'll do what we need.
I don't think we stand a chance against those infected.
Well, well, if it isn't the one who finally cleared out the mines. Glad to see you. And you'll be glad to hear I can bring the prices down, too.
You know how to forge this into anything.
Ooh, I'll be damned. Never thought I'd see star metal in my lifetime. Short answer, no. Long answer, still no. But the Forge Master in Solace Keep is probably your best bet if you're looking for someone who does.
Come on, where's your sense of adventure? No one can swing a hammer like you.
If you knew how rare this stuff is, you wouldn't ask me to risk it.
All right, I said she would. You said she wouldn't. There's your bet.
The king, pure profit. That's some gun you have on display.
Ismalt's meteoric apparatus. She's a beauty, isn't she? A traveler sold it to me ages ago. Poor bastard went up against something big out in the highlands, limped back to town, and died a few days later. Needed the money to ship his body home. I hated to take it from him. Still, Adra inlay, brass filigree. Whew. She could use a strong hand. You interested?
Why not? Show me what you've got. Have. Arquebus. Where's your wand? Superb wand. Yeah, these are no good. Awakened Daedra, I'll take all of them off you. Petrified wood branches, I'll take them off you. Leather, same. White steel, same. Lockpicks, why not? I've been so good. Corrupted Daedra, we'll take them. Rumor is that there's a strange door out near the Godless Ruins. To find it, follow the stream by the Leviathan Hollow. When there, we couldn't figure out how to get it open. Maybe for the better. Stream by the Leviathan Hollow.
Be nice if we had guns like that. I wouldn't be so fucking terrified of the dream thralls otherwise.
Guns like that on our wages? Come on, be serious.
Maybe I should take up the venture. Sell one or two things that I have enough.
Wanna get yourself killed?
What's this arrow pointing at? At this? Northwest out of town, past a dry lake bed. Follow the arrows and find some of the X supplies limited.
So, that's how the mad archmage Tane found himself in the Living Lands.
But no one's seen him, have they? What's he been up to if he really is here?
Who can say what Archmage do with their time? Have any of you truly seen Reengrim? And yet, we all know her presence in these lands.
Give us another!
Another tale? Ah, godlike. Surely one as favored as you has a few good stories to tell.
Alright, we'll take a quick break and then we'll tell a story. Our amazing story. Don't go anywhere. And I ran.
Would you care to share a tale with us, Envoy?
Perhaps you may find a greater truth hidden in my telling of events.
Then please, godlike, share your tale with us.
Telling the story, or what am I doing?
Thank you again, godlike.
Ah,
I'll
it's
have
a great
to
story.
practice your story so I can add it to my collection. There are so many wonderful tales here in the Living Lands.
Oh, maybe I should hire a bard. Welcome to the Dead Swordfish. I wondered when I'd see you around here. What can I do for you?
You're expecting me.
Are you kidding? After what you did at the gates? Anybody who's anybody comes through my tavern. Just a matter of when. Now, did you want something, or are you just here to see me?
Seems like you like faith through here.
That's an understatement. You want to hawk wares, you come to Thirdborn. Legitimate, or, well, you know. Nothing like Paradise, of course. But people here are a little more forgiving than the Adirans. Oh, no offense.
A thriving economy benefits everyone. Adir could stand to loosen up. Thirdborn has its own rules. I'm not here to impose Adiran ones. That's why Paradise is Paradise, and Thirdborn is a backwater outpost.
Never thought an Adiran would opt out of proselytizing to me. Actually, I've been waiting for a few barrels of mead to come through. My supplier, Falkeen, has been sitting on it. Some Adiran oomph should change his mind. I'd be happy to reward you if you don't mind talking to him. Now, did you want something, or are you just here to see me?
See what you have. Lockpicks? Fragments of the eyes. Gloves, boots. Tricksters. Lane.
If you're going out to the Highlands, watch your back. They're dangerous.
My dear envoy, just the sight of you recalls fond memories of more civilized days.
Seems there's plenty of civilization to go around here in Thirdborn.
Oh, it's nothing so grand as your capital city and its glittering port. Even this outpost's lighthouse, fair though she is, would reach only the knee of Wodaka's statue in High Crown.
He's practically an Adiran citizen.
How I miss the sight of your strapping tall grass pikemen on parade.
Who could forget the boys with the tight leather pants and great big sticks? It's not often you meet a patriot of Adir living in the living ends. Are you a fellow citizen?
Me? Oh, no, envoy, you flatter me. I had a chance once, but no. I am Nagunu, beleaguered captain of an incorrigibly roustabout crew. Dear Tawe, Koa, Ranga, they saw Adir with me, you know, then abandoned me here. Oh, I miss them terribly.
Nostalgia and alcohol are a dangerous mixture.
I am drunk on memory only, and perhaps some regret. I only wish I could invite my crew to my table to share one last drink and part as friends.
I have a flying crew myself.
So you do.
We followed him through some rough seas, and we're not ready to mutiny.
Yet.
I envy you, my friend.
Why'd your crew leave you?
Those are old wounds, Envoy. Old wounds. Better not to reopen them. Not unless you want to see me weep.
I give counsels to kings. Perhaps I can help.
We took a job that was meant to be our last. It would have made my name, made their fortunes. Well, there's always a risk, isn't there? Putting money between friends. They robbed me, Envoy, and dumped our cargo in the sea. And for what? Money. When we could have had such fellowship.
If they're after the money, why would they destroy the cargo and not sell it?
It was symbolic. I was not the leader they needed. Now I wish to show them how I've changed. I wish to forgive them.
I reckon he's going to gut them. If I bring him to him, he'll gut them. If you want me to find your crew, Captain, just say so.
You would do that? Venture out into the wastes to look for them?
Can't make any promises, but I'll look.
You negotiate for the Emperor himself. If anyone could convince Taue, Koa, and Runga to share one last drink with me, it's you.
We're going to find Taue.
Just to the northeast, living by an oasis in the Sand Sea. No fence, no walls, no roof, exposed to the world. But that's our Taue. Nothing ever troubled him that the stars couldn't fix.
Just masturbating openly. Tell me what you know of Koa.
Deathly serious, Koa was, about every little thing. Fled to the shark's teeth with a few others when the plague came. He always had a fragile soul.
What do I know about Ruunga?
She's a scholar of munitions, happier in the hold with gunpowder than out beneath the sky. I expect she's still holed up in the mine outside of town, polishing her arms.
He's like, la-di-da-di-da. I'll keep an eye out for them.
Of course. You have been more than generous with your time as it is. Oathbinder guide you in the Emperor's work, Envoy, and in all your labors to come.
Another day, another drunkard.
At least these people aren't starving and like, oh, we found there's some food I can eat. I had that lockpick on me. We go down all the way, or we just go down to the next level?
Are they? Did you? Are they dead?
There's further loss in the future. That will not be the last.
My mother used to say, loss gives way to life. I never understood it. Till.
The grief you're feeling now, it doesn't go away, but you learn to live with it. Eventually, you befriend it. Trust me.
Let's go, Nameho. We need to be with them now.
Geronimo!
Eventually.
I thought I was going to jump to their death. Your chest.
Heard that shack down? Mushrooms growing up the walls.
Why do you spend so much on glaze, Merrick? Your pots look fine.
They're urns for ashes. You're supposed to look dignified on a shelf.
Why does it matter? They're dead. Seems like a waste of coin to me.
Yeah, I'm not taking advice from someone who makes bowls to shit in.
Brain. The arrow.
The attack sounded terrible. I could hear the fight from in here. It's getting harder and harder to pretend everything's all right.
Guards will make sure you're safe.
That's what they say. But every day they're trying to find fresh recruits to make up for their losses. Anyway, can I get you anything? Need your energy up in this day and age.
I could use a snack. I don't really need anything from that selection.
Fish! Get your fish!
Fish! Get your fish! Ah.
An entire settlement in flames?
What? Can't you see I'm busy?
As the Imperial Envoy of Ada, how do you fulfill the deal you made with Chinzia? Apologies for interrupting. Chinzia is requesting a meat delivery for the dead swordfish.
God, yes, I know that. She's been hounding me about it for a week now. I've had my hands full with other shipments. Cynthia's not the only client I have to answer to.
She has business to run too. It's unfair to keep it waiting.
I know. But with Paradise under lockdown and Fior with a grain shortage, it's a miracle I can deliver anything on time. Cynthia's always been a good customer. Tell her I'll have her shipment over to her by sundown.
Thank you. Much appreciated, good sir. Uh-oh, not this Drongo.
Oh, gods. And Adiran, what is it this time?
Don't worry, darling. The official Adiran envoy is here at my request.
What I want to know is why he's in the company of one of our own.
I meant to stop by, but I guess time got away from me.
I'll deal with you later. We have unfinished business. But your friend has some explaining to do. Why have you come to Thirdborn? After what your people did in Emerald Stair, I can't imagine you carry an edict of friendship with you.
I'm not Lodewood. Don't confuse me with that murderous zealot.
No, Adir just supports her. In arms, politics, and kith.
I know you're upset, Timothy, but don't take it out on us. I'm furious too, darling. That monster stole my research as she burned my home. But you know that if this Adiran was untrustworthy, I'd kill him myself.
I apologize, Envoy. Eagle's Reach is a slaughterhouse. Dreamthralls siege our gates day and night. People are hungry, and I have not slept in days. So my temper is a powder keg, I'm afraid. I am trying not to explode. This isn't a courtesy visit, is it? I assume you're here delivering a message on behalf of Adir.
Only my own. Logwood and Stilgarad are coming.
Does she intend to raise our home as well?
Maybe worse. Ludwine's goons stole all my research on the Godless back in Fjord, and now she's a little too interested in the Godless ruins here.
What do you mean?
The Inquisition might be after the location of the garden too. We have to beat her to it.
Andra's depths. If I could help you, I would. The fact of the matter is, I'm in over my head already. I can't even protect the ruins myself. The Archmage Ringrim has warped the very reality of Shatterscarp. Let's just say there's a magical barrier around the ruins now. No one's getting in or out without Ringgrim's say-so.
Ringrim? As in from the Circle of Archmagi? She's here?
The very one. I feared you'd be excited. Her presence isn't a good thing, Yatsley. She flew into the Shark's Teeth a few weeks ago, and now that area is an impenetrable wasteland of ice. I heard there's an Adiran who had his mind utterly broken by her. He's still lost out there as far as I know.
Oh, something terribly important if Ringrim came all this way.
Maybe even an entrance to the garden. We absolutely have to go inside and see for ourselves. The Circle of Archmagi don't get involved unless there's something they can gain. They're not really known for their altruism. Look at the Siege of Craghold. And that was just so that Lengrath could try and show up Consulhot.
The truth is, I'm up to my neck in catastrophes. Between the horde of dream thralls pounding on our gates and trying to keep peace with Adir, I've had to station guards on our borders to control who goes in and out, just to keep everyone safe. I never thought I'd say this, but the Archmage is the least of my concerns. So, Ludwine wants the ruins, but even if I wanted to give them over, Ringrim controls them. And good luck getting an audience with an Archmage.
Well, I need those ruins, so if it means dealing with Ringrim, so be it. I'm so sorry this was an appalling situation. I just want to find the garden. I don't want to deal with an Archmage.
Appalling is one way of describing it. I'd personally call it horrifying. In case you ever feel like an adventure, here's how to find Ringrim. Head east of here, go past the Pargunan ruins, and when you see the ice, you're there. And Yatsley, be careful. If Quilichi lost you, he'd never forgive me.
Oh, don't worry about me, Temerity. If my spells fizzle, I can always give a good lashing with my tongue.
That's what I'm afraid of. Good luck.
I'll keep Yatsley safe. If she'll be like, I don't need you to keep me safe. But the other two are like rude. I just hope Yatsley won't slow me down. That's rude. Are you wishing Yatsley or me luck? That's rude.
Good. It might convince her to keep you safe, too. One last thing. Once you had a moment to settle in with Yatsley, come back and speak with me. I need your help with something.
How exciting. We're off to see an Archmage. To gain access to an ancient godless ruin. You do spoil me. I've just the fragrance for such an occasion. I want to make sure I smell my best when she kills us. Meet me by the tavern when you're ready to head out. Make sure all your gear is up to snuff. We are meeting an Archmage, after all.
Thank goodness we have Yatsley. Our little friend group needed a bit of chaos.
I could always use some chaos in my life. Been down there. Hypnotized Dreamscourge, this house is now off limits. Force entry will learn a swift toss over the town's walls.
Ah, isn't this a surprise? Giada, come say hello. Oh, hello there. I thought our paths might cross again.
Quilici, there you are.
Ah, my dear Giada. I never thought I'd see us both exiled from Fior Messiverno. Yet here we are. As you can see, the good people of Thirdborn have welcomed us with open arms. Remarkable under the circumstances. The Dreamscourge has struck this place with violence, bloodshed, death.
At least you can help fight against the Dreamscourge. Have the Steel Garrote given you any trouble? I take it the arrangement is working as you expected. I don't have time to chat. Glad to hear it's going well.
No. I think they made their point already. Now that we're under Thirdborn's protection, my animancers can get back to work. We've made a few improvements to the local fishing gear, tinkered on harpoons and the like. You might not believe it, but some of our farming equipment is back to working order.
You mean the bodies? I didn't know Shadowscarp soil was rich in the necessary nutrients.
Ah, that is where the challenge lies, does it not? We have many animancers working on the problem. Though it is difficult to farm when one is under attack, eh? The sheer numbers of infected makes our work perilous.
Do you need any help?
We have everything under control, and your work is too important to squander on agriculture. One more thing before we're parted again. We've made a tidy profit of our labor, and the others gathered a little something for you. Don't spend it all at once.
You sure you don't need this for the resettlement?
Thank you, but I know how to handle my coin. I left the Republic's a wealthy man.
You never told me that.
My dear, how do you think we built Fior Messiverno? The fortune is gone, and I don't miss it. Go on, then. Surely you have better places to be. No doubt the Ediran envoy has a message to deliver, or a foreboding parcel of some kind.
He's doing well. Better than well. And to think I've been worried sick.
How rude. So, are none of these houses able to be opened? There we go.
Let me guess. My Nikai sent you. That kid's been muttering about sending some new hero by.
Old man Capo. Glad to see you're still kicking around.
Kai, what rock have you been hiding under? Those scales are looking rougher since I last saw you.
Your eyesight finally going? But we didn't come here to talk about my handsome mug. That Nikai of yours still getting underfoot, I take it?
Ah, like a cannonball in a rolling deck, that kid.
That's right, they sent us to see you.
Ah, damn child won't stop hovering over me. They keep trying to send so-called heroes over to cheer me up, but there's not much point these days. Back when Thirdborn was no more than a husk on the cliffside, we had real heroes. I slew the Leviathan hanging over the market myself.
And this makes you a hero? I'll have to take your word for it.
If you're that good, Thirdborn could use you. Why are you holed up here?
Ah, those days are long past. I'm a sick old man now. Not much I can do to help anyone. You're the one who cleared out those dream thralls at the gates, eh? Ah, good to know someone is looking out for Thirdborn at least. I tell you what. This old man would like to ask a boon of you. One hero to another. I promise it'll be worth your while.
I always said
I want to see my heart one last time. Will you get it for me?
I find the mysteries of the heart are best explored in one's own time.
Not this heart. A Leviathan heart is a rare thing. When left out in the air, it becomes as hard as Adra, and 100 times as valuable. And I had the only one in the living lands. I couldn't just leave it on my kitchen table now, could I? No, I kept it safe, hidden up in the godless ruin along the coast. But now, I'm dying. I can feel it in my bones. I don't have long, and I'd like to see my treasure one more time. Get it for me.
One
and I'll
more
see you get
time.
reward. Beyond that,
Is it
well,
hot?
I left that old ruin with a few tricks for would-be thieves. Step carefully.
Thanks for the tip. We would have explored it eventually. At least now we have a reason.
Good luck, godlike.
One more time, we're gonna celebrate. Egghead loves his boogie walk. Oops. Well, there might have been a secret button. Oh.
Godlike! Winds above! You're really here! I knew I had to find you as soon as I heard you were in Third Born.
Chico? When did you get so tall? I almost didn't
done.
recognize you.
Kai! You're here too? Now I know Third Born is in good hands. We've got to do something about the Dream Scourge. It's worse every day. One of our neighbors wasn't himself, and we can't afford to lose anyone. We need people who will fight back. People like Kai, and my uncle Capo.
Me? You don't know what you're saying. Believe me. But Capo, he's the real deal. Always been just as crusty as he was with you, too.
You've already met him? Well, I don't have to introduce you then. Thanks for stopping by. He likes the company, even if he won't admit it.
How much?
Envoy? You get around, don't you?
It was lovely to see you again.
Who needs fabric? We still have stuff.
If you need skates, we got things for you to kill. Ah, hello, stranger. Welcome to Thirdborn. How can the Tiranui help?
I'm a bounty.
Really? Which one?
Killed the Dream Scourge dwarf.
One less thing for me to worry about. Thank you. Enjoy your skates. Well, off you go then. Back to killing things and leaving me alone.
Of course.
Let me know. I've heard it'll be good to have just a little less crime around here.
You there, the one with the face. Perhaps I could entice you with riches? Hello, friend. Has anyone mentioned you look especially fungal today? Really, it's radiant. I've got a bit of a personal matter, and I'd appreciate some help.
What's wrong? Why don't I help from the tyranny out there, the law enforcement around here? Do you truly think that an envoy of Adir should be bothered with your errands? You sure whatever how much you're offering? Why not get help from the tyranny? Aren't they the law enforcement around here?
Why are you bringing the authorities into this? Have you spoken to Hajime? He doesn't need to be involved. Look, there's a great reward in it for whoever helps me. Wink.
You just said wink without winking. Let's say I'm interested for now. Did you just say wink?
No. Wink. Long story short, my friend, I ordered some goods, something I'd rather stay private. Embarrassing, you know. So, I'm quite desperate for a friendly and discreet courier.
In the box. What's in the box?
Oh, you know, I'm just an
What's in the
intensely
box?
person. My supplier has sequestered himself somewhere with my package. To find him, I'd have to follow the path. They communicate through graffiti, if you can believe it. I've not been able to find any.
I've already found it.
Maybe you'll have better luck.
What about that arrow right behind you?
You think I don't know every inch of my own shop? I'd know if there was an arrow anywhere near it.
I must admit, I thought it was decorative. A statement about the illusion of choice.
Well, looks like you best be off. Be sure to get there and back quick as you can. I'll be here waiting. Don't forget your friend Daiko and his completely legal package that you said you'd pick up.
We found it.
Welcome back. How can I help?
Let me see your wares. I mean, the arrows go over here. Down here and then to here.
Subtle. Next time they ought to go for X marks the spot.
Don't forget. Welcome back. How can I help? Well, be quick about it, would you? I'm certain you have nothing more important going on. Oh, and, no need to speak to Hajime about this, all right? Don't forget your friend Daiko and his completely legal package that you said you'd pick up.
I never went upstairs, did I? At the Nagunu.
How do you feel about poetry?
Poetry?
Hate it.
Why the hell are you asking me about poetry?
You like it?
I'll upgrade my stuff and talk to these idiots, and then I'll call it a day, I think. we can upgrade that now. The Emperor's reach around. After all of these. Wood, Dave, Carl. Hey, peace.
Thirdborn. If it weren't for the Leviathan skeleton in the middle of town, I'd hardly recognize the place.
When we last here?
6 years ago. Feels longer now. You ever come back to a place and feel like the buildings are smaller and the colors are duller?
Oh, is this about Tama?
No. Well, yes. But it's more than Tama. Thirdborn was always this rugged oasis. Dangerous and out of the way, but bursting with vitality. It was a harbor for larger-than-life types. People like Capo, the Leviathan Slayer, and Tama. Glory seekers, trophy hunters, warriors trying to leave their battles behind. People who built around their stories and their scars.
And now?
All that vigor's been wrung dry. Being back, it felt like we were watching Thirdborn die a slow death.
Thirdborn has probably changed over the years, but so have you. They're facing the brunt of the Dream Scourge. That takes toll on anyone. You're in mourning for the home you left. It may not have been quite the way you remember it. You're mourning for the home you left.
Left is a generous way to put it. I think what's eating at me is that Thirdborn seems rudderless.
Well, why don't you stay and be the mayor?
Conflict with Adir is another. The Living Lands is changing, and Thirdborn feels like a barnacle on a moving ship. Temerity's leading them as best she can, but towards what? What are we doing out here besides surviving?
Sometimes surviving is enough. Thirdborn will change and adapt with the rest of the Living Lands. It's not enough to run from something. You need something to run to. All this talk of drifting and needing directions sounds personal, Kai.
Personal? Take it easy, Inquisitor. What about you? You were sent by your Emperor to investigate the Dream Scourge. Since then, you've died, met a secret god, and gotten swept up in tensions
between your
talked Empire and our scattered settlements. You released Igwolf, but you didn't stop the Stilgarot's attack on Fjord. Do you know what you're sailing towards, or are you drifting with the tides?
Helgard and Ludwig aren't the final word. I'm loyal to Ada's interests in my own way. I follow my principles, not my commands. I'm making this up as I go. I follow my principles, not my commands.
That kind of clarity is rare. Thanks for talking. I hope Thirdborn is able to find its way somehow.
Tell me about Thomas' badge, the one we're looking for.
A marker of his service to Thirdborn's defense. And something that helps his comrades identify his remains, if needed.
You always hope it won't come to that.
You hope it won't, but you know it might. It's an old Rautian naval tradition that Thirdborn's kept alive. And another debt I owe him.
That's so good.
I can take watch. I'll be up a while anyway.
The dream scourge is getting worse. First our land, then our animals. Now our people. If we don't put a stop to it, we're looking at the end of the living lands.
We'll stop at some. I have faith. Even if we heal the living lands, we still need to wrest it away from the steel corrot. For all we know, it's already too late.
I keep trying, and the world keeps punishing me for it. As if the Dream Scourge wasn't enough of a problem, the Adherents are profiting off our misfortune. They haven't come to help us. They're here to exploit our weakness.
That's true of the steel corrot, but not all of it. Idea.
The steel garrote are a weapon. Who do you think wields them? It's too bad. We're fighting for our lives, our souls, and our freedom. I don't know if we can win all three.
I'll take lives and freedom, thanks. You doing alright?
I've been better, if you hadn't noticed. Maybe it has something to do with my home burning down. My apologies for acting cynical, but it feels as if nature, politics, and even the very gods are working against us. I don't appreciate being backed into a corner, but here I am.
Must be nice having Yatsley around.
Despite everything that's happened, I'm so grateful to be working with Yatsley. In many ways, Quilichi has been like a second father to me. But Yatsley, she's like my dirty aunt who's up to no good.
We all need a few bad influences in our lives.
Oh, she's an expert in that field. While I have your attention, I've been thinking. Why is Inquisitor Ludwig suddenly interested in godless ruins?
Maybe she knows more than she lets on.
She's a smart one. I'll give her that. We should be ready for anything. Something tells me Ludwig isn't finished with us yet.
I wanted to ask about you.
For you, anything.
What do you think of our travel companions?
Anyone in particular? I warn you, I'm not the best judge of first impressions.
How about Kai?
Kai is a useful fellow. We need people like him to keep you grounded. Just not too grounded. On the surface, Kai is all charm and confidence. You feel good knowing he's around. But there's something deeper. Something in his core that he guards from everyone. Maybe even himself.
Do you think we should be concerned?
Oh, not at all. Kai is a sweetheart. And if that's who he chooses to show us, then that's who he is. If there's another side to him, he'll show us when he's good and ready. No need to rush a natural process.
Any thoughts on Marius?
Marius is working.
It's me, Marius!
An old wound that hasn't healed. A search for forgiveness? Who knows? He's a tough fellow, but I wouldn't put too much pressure on him.
Seem to attract the wounded. At least they make good company.
We're all wounded. That's the price of survival in the living lands. Just look at you. Only just got here and you died in the line of duty. You may not be from the Living Lands, but the island left you a scar to remember. Now, you're just like us.
What do you think of me?
We haven't been together long, but I think I have you figured out. In Paradise, you have a reputation for being an unlawful misfit. This is the frontier, after all. We don't exactly do things by the book. You helped Fior Messiverno through an awful time. We did our best. No one will forget that. Of course, all I know is what you've done. You may not think these choices reflect who you are. At the end of the day, you shouldn't care what anyone thinks. All that matters is how you see yourself. I've spilled all the gossip I know. Ask me again when there's a new face in camp.
Very gamey, that felt like. Can we talk about what happened to your parents?
I suppose you deserve to know, after what I put you through. My mother wanted to expand Fior's agriculture. Feeding Emerald Stair wasn't ambitious enough. She wanted to feed the world. She thought she could break the wilderness, using animancy as the whip. Turn the Living Lands into a garden.
Do you think that's impossible? Sounds ambitious, but incredibly dangerous until something went wrong. No offense, but that's downright terrifying until something went wrong.
Yes, as something always does. After my father put the finishing touches on the phantasmal focus, she was impatient to get started. After all, whoever controls the spirit of the Living Lands has nature in the palm of their hand.
That's a lot of power for one animancer. So Emerald Stair was just a prototype for a bigger plan. Don't take this the wrong way, but was your mother all right? Emerald Stair was just a prototype for a bigger plan?
Indeed. A world run by animancy. Emerald Stair was just the beginning to her. My father thought she was brilliant. Others thought she was mad. I think she was a victim of her own ambition. She wanted so much, and there was so little time to achieve it. Theoretically, her plan should have worked. But the Living Lands had other ideas. When she used the phantasmal focus, theory collided with reality. Everything went wrong.
How old were you?
I was 17. That makes it... Gods, has it been 13 years already? After they died, I wouldn't go near a lab. It was ages before Quilici got me to crack open a book. I have a lot of catching up to do in my studies. Need to make up for lost time.
What do you think happened? Does it animancy often change people like that? You knew the phantasmal focus was dangerous when we used it at Nakadek. Thank you for telling me. I'm sure it wasn't easy. Does animancy often change people like that?
No. To my knowledge, the accident was no everyday occurrence. But neither was the experiment. My mother transgressed on nature, on existence itself. Still, I don't understand what went wrong. When I do, then I can finish her work.
What do you think happened?
I can't rule anything out, but I suspect the Dream Scourge had something to do with it. It lives in the essence of the Living Lands, corrupting whatever it touches. And if I'm right, that means it's been here a long time, or the forces behind it.
You knew the phantasmal focus was dangerous when you used it in...
It's just a tool. Even a wool scarf is dangerous in the wrong hands. Besides, studying a pillar of Adra is not the same as prying apart the fabric of the Living Lands. My mother learned that the hard way. That's all I care to say for now. At least, about this topic. I thought my family's research could help Emerald Stair. That it could banish the Dream Scourge from our lands. Of course, Vidara wouldn't even give me a chance. He was afraid of history repeating itself. Still, I'm hopeful. This legacy of mine could change Animancy as we know it. And something tells me I'm close to a breakthrough. Closer than my mother ever got.
Let me know if I can help in any way.
I hardly think your Emperor would approve. Good thing he's on the other side of the world. No Animancer has engineered an ecosystem before. Maybe, with a little luck, I could be the first. You have an inquisitive mind. I respect that. If you ever feel your education is missing something, I'd be happy to teach you what I know. All you have to do is ask. You know me. Always ready with an answer.
You offered to teach me, I'm ready to learn.
Excellent. The Imperial Court taught you well, but I suspect there were gaps in what they call an education. If there's anything you've been dying to learn from an Animancer, now's the time.
Tell me how an Animancer sharpens their mind to decipher the spiritual world. I want to learn about how you stand up for yourself with an ironclad will. Whatever you want to teach me, I'll leave it in your hands.
Very well. Hold your questions to the end if you don't mind. Otherwise, I'll lose my train of thought. Now, let's begin. You drifted off for a moment. Were you paying attention?
I was hanging on your every word.
Really? What's the last thing I said?
You drifted off for a moment. Were you paying attention?
Well, aren't you the clever one? No harm done, of course. I don't mind if you catch a few winks. Besides, a little nap is good for the soul. I slept through my share of lectures, and look how I turned out.
Oh, we're doomed!
That's all I have to teach you for now. I'll chime in if anything else comes to mind.
That's enough now.
You too.
+1 intellect.
Listening to Yatsley's thoughts about godless ruins is one thing. Bringing her along for the rest of the trip is something else.
Get something on your mindset.
I don't know. She's all right, okay? But how would she know how to get to the garden? If she's read anything about the garden, it was written centuries ago. Obviously, things have changed since then.
You seem really bothered by this.
Bothered? Pedraku. It's my job to guide you as safely as possible. What you're doing isn't safe. I'll go along with whatever you decide. Just don't be disappointed when she doesn't show you what you wanted to see. Anyway.
I'd like to get to know you.
Ask away.
I understand you grew up in Solace.
Yes, I did. And the less we talk about that, the better.
Well, now you have to tell me what happened.
No, I really don't. I won't ask what herbs you ingest before the gods start talking to you, and you don't ask me questions about my past. Now, we just met, Envoy, and I'm here to do a job. Maybe we'll be best of friends someday, but this isn't that day. Best we just keep things professional.
Interesting.
All right. Can't say you'll get a different answer, though.
You don't seem too fond of mysticism, magic, and religion. Why's that?
Oh, you noticed. I don't know. I've heard stories all my life about the gods and magic, and they never seem to do any good for anyone.
God's motivations are mysterious. They're not here to be kind.
Understood. But I don't have to go around acting like they have my best interests at heart. I'm sure they've done good things and bad. I just don't think they care one way or another what I want or need.
I think mysticism is a necessary evil. You're just going to have to accept that. I agree. I'd rather just do it without it all completely. But your skills and abilities seem like magic. How do you explain that? What stories have you heard that turned you away from mysticism?
Almost all of them. Andra pulling down the moon to destroy civilization. the Godhammer bomb, all that stuff down in the Deadfire. No one as fickle as those gods seem to be should ever be put in charge of reincarnation, I tell you that.
Your point. Tell me about Andra and the moon.
Basically, the goddess Andra wanted a civilization dead, so she pulled down the moon to do it. They say Abidan shattered the moon to save the people, and then threw himself in the way of the largest shard. And for his interference, Andra built Abidan a statue as a tribute. Huh. Makes no sense at all.
Run down the moon.
Somebody who was a prophet of Aethys decided to start a holy war. To stop him, his enemies built a giant bomb that could kill a god. Stories say the goddess Magrin helped them build it. Sounds about right to me. Anyway, the bomb went off and killed a lot of people. People who wouldn't have died if gods hadn't decided to bicker about.
What happened to the Deadfire?
I don't know how you missed it. The god Aethys woke up one day and decided to stomp his way across the world. Imagine an enormous, unstoppable statue destroying everything in sight. I heard he wanted to destroy the wheel and end reincarnation forever. I wasn't there, but it all happened just a few years ago. Strange you hadn't heard of it.
Your point.
Right. More trouble than they're worth, if you ask me.
Your skills and abilities seem like magic. How do you explain that?
It's just Pargrunan wilderness lore, developed over the centuries in Solace. Tricks, traps, gadgets, nothing more. But hey, if people want to think it's magic, then go ahead. I'm not gonna bend over backward just to seem internally consistent.
I agree.
I mean, feel free to cast all the spells and cry out to whatever gods you like. I won't stop you. Just don't expect me to join in.
Something concerned me about how you handled the situation in the Grinning Balrog.
Oh? Do tell.
Changed my mind.
What do you need?
What language?
Same one you are. What kind of blessed question is that? Oh, huh. I see. I sometimes use Lember without really thinking about it. That's what you mean, right?
Thought I recognized it.
Right. I hear Pargrunan all over the world speak it. I only know what I learned in Solace.
Can you teach it to me?
I barely realize I'm doing it anymore. If you want to learn Lember, you'll have to spend time in Solace. And that's not going to happen anytime blessed soon.
I assume blessed day means very.
Ha, right. Something like that. I'm sure you'll pick it up as we travel. It's not that blessed difficult.
That's
right.
over now.
Changing the subject.
Let's get some thoughts on our companions.
Right. I'm sure you'll find it absolutely gripping. We already talked about Kai, so I assume you're asking about the new girl. Giada's a mystery to me. Animancers give me the vricus, and for good reason. Most of them would just as soon turn your soul into jewelry as look at you. Giada seems different. She's smart, thoughtful, and she's got a spine, too. You can tell when someone needs extra help out here, and she doesn't. So, yeah, I don't understand her, but I guess I don't have to, really.
I want to talk more about you.
Oh, good. Let's have it.
How'd you learn your survival skills?
When I was a child in Solace, a warden named Alinka taught me the basics. What berries to eat, how to build a shelter, and so on. Later, I started going out on patrols, just to get experience in the wilds. By the time I was 15, I was going out on my own.
That must have been very scary for you.
It was, but it wasn't. I felt more at home in the wilds than I did in Solace, even as a kid. Even in the tusks. Turns out I was just good at surviving on my own, so I kept doing it. and I kept getting better at it.
Well, I'm grateful for your skills.
Well, good. Maybe show your appreciation by making sure Kai hangs his wet socks away from my tent.
Tell me about Solace.
What is there to know? Isolated keep full of Pargrunan wardens who patrol Galawain's tusks and argue about history. I left there 2 years ago and haven't thought much about it since. I doubt you'll ever have to go there anyway.
Fine, you don't want to talk about it, we won't talk about it.
I appreciate that, Envoy.
That's enough
anyway,
for now.
What do you need?
I think I've earned a little information about your past.
Fine. You've been patient enough, I suppose. Right. Solace isn't an easy place to live. The food is stale and meager. The water tastes like steel and old meat. Everyone knows everyone else. No privacy, no silence, no time to yourself.
Sounds like civilized society to me.
That's what Kai said. Solace is a walled keep in the harshest region of the lands. Isolated is an understatement. Honestly, all of that was fine. But there was a peculiar kind of silence I didn't love.
I noticed you never mentioned your parents.
I have only the faintest memories of my parents, which was fine. I had friends and mentors and trainers and elders. When I asked about my real parents, though, they just told me I was safe now, and that the wardens were my family. I never knew if my parents were alive or dead. I like to assume that they had died fighting some giant monster in the tusks, but no one would say. When I asked for more, they changed the subject, like I wasn't worthy of a backstory.
It's worthy of knowing where they came from.
I mean, I know the important part. I'm from Solace, for whatever that's worth. My oldest memories are of Solace. My oldest friend is from there.
You're missing out on family.
Maybe, maybe not. I've learned to stop worrying about it.
Talk about Shadow
Ask
Scout.
away.
You have any tips for surviving?
Let's see. It gets cold out here at night. I always make a fire in camp, and no matter how hot it is during the day, I always keep a blanket. I like to camp on a hill or plateau if I can, because even the slightest bit of rain can cause a flash flood. You'd be surprised how many people drown in Shatterscarp. Nothing's prepared for rain out here, especially the land itself. Though if you don't drown, your water problems are pretty much solved, so there you go. What do you need?
To learn more.
They say this used to all be underwater until something happened that cracked open the ground and swallowed the seas. Makes sense to me. If you dig far enough, you'll find strange things like old fish bones that don't make sense in a place like this. I think that's why Thirdborn appeals to the Rowatayans so much. Like there's an ancestral connection with what the land used to be. Or maybe they just like fishing off the coast. What do I know?
You have any tips for
Let's see.
surviving?
I collected a good amount of water before we left Emerald Stair. Sometimes that's the only way to have water here. We have enough to travel for a while, but if we get stuck out here, we are in big trouble. I also put jerky in my pack. Drinking water isn't enough. You'll need that salt, too. That's something most people forget. Pestler root is good when you're thirsty. Doesn't have any water in it, but makes you feel less thirsty when you chew it. It's not perfect, but it can get you through that extra distance before you can find more water.
Tell me more about Shadow Scout.
What else is there? No idea. What you see out there is what you get.
You have any tips?
Let's see. Most game is out at night around here. That's why I go hunting while everyone else is asleep. Mostly snakes, with a few larger beetles and rats. A lot of them burrow into the ground, so you can just go get them. Good news is that there aren't a lot of parasites here. Bad news is that's because most of the animals here are poisonous to eat. Avoid most of the organ meat. Cook everything else until it's basically ash, and you'll be just fine.
I'm interested to learn more about Shadowscarp.
What else is there? No idea. What you see out there is...
Do you have any tips?
Let's see. Shadowscarp is a challenge even to me. But I never lost anyone out here. Closest I came was when the kid I was traveling with decided not to keep his mouth shut in Thirdborn. Poor kid. I had to pay half what he paid me just to keep a barkeep from smashing the kid's face in. The other half to leave town with him. There's a survival tip. Don't go mouthing off in Thirdborn. It takes a certain kind of madness to live out here on purpose. What else is there? Let's see. I think you know enough to survive out here. As long as you stick close to me anyway. Right, changing the subject.
That's enough for now.
You too.
Still couldn't get his bloody training.
You have that face again. What's wrong? What do you need? Right. I'm sure you'll find it absolutely gripping. We already talked about Kai, so I assume you're asking about... Giada's a mystery. Most of them would... She's smart, so, yeah. Until next time.
Let me think. I once heard rumors about a cataclysm in the Deadfire. Something about the lost city of Ukaizo. Does that ring any bells?
The lost city
The higher
of
ups
Bukaki.
with fancy hats were looking for it, but
seeds of change, their petals sprout across the barren land. They sing to the unwanted ones, and the unwanted ones sprout in turn. The soil remembers what it once was. It will soon be whole, safe.
Whose soil? The soil of Shadowscarp?
A name given to the land, not asked for. You see why the parasites are loathed? The soil does not want these cities. It yearns for silence, for the kestrel song. But first, the sprouted ones will grow. They will bring the stillness and the birdsong.
Why would you want Thirdborn gone? This place could use some peace and quiet. How could the Dream Scourge taking over Shadowscarp be a good thing? Why would you want Thirdborn gone?
The dam falls. The river returns to its source. It is how the land was and should always be. We want all of them gone. We wish for life to flourish again.
Aren't they life? That's what people are doing in Shadowscarp. They're just trying to make a life. There's life in Shadowscarp now, don't you see it? I can't believe I'm trapped in my own head with something like it. There's life in Shadowscarp now.
Pilchards growing on bushes. Life that should not be here. Death nourishes the soil. All things come from the rot.
You don't need death for things to grow. I suppose that's sometimes true.
The dead bear nourishes the pack. We ponder, dream of shifting sands now. We will speak again.
Very good. No bonus? Five to quick save. And we are out of here. Back tomorrow, probably. Bye.